The cans, investigators found cans in both his bedroom and his bathroom. They also found prescription pills as well on the scene. But like you said, Charles, we don't know that that's the cause. Obviously, it's a big clue as to what may have happened. But kind of the more interesting thing, if you will, is 2 a.m. Friday morning. Cops were called to his home for a welfare check. Aaron has a live-in housekeeper. She's the one who answered the door and let the cops in. So once Aaron kind of found out what was going on, he was really upset. He told the cops to leave, and then he said to his housekeeper, "Leave me alone, get to your room, don't bother me." So she didn't make any contact with him on Friday, and then of course Saturday morning is when his body was found.
Now, the last contact, according to our law enforcement sources, anybody had was 2 a.m., which Brad just described with that knock at the door.
So it seems like that after the cops left, there was no one, if the housekeeper was there in the house all day.
We know the housekeeper, and we know the housekeeper says that she had no contact whatsoever with Aaron after 2 a.m. So
she is, though, the person who found him Saturday morning.
And the way she found him was she hadn't seen him all day Friday, and then decided she always gave him coffee in the morning, made coffee for him. So she went to his door, his bedroom door, and knocked on it, and then heard the dog in an extremely agitated state inside Aaron's bedroom. And that's when she decided she would open the door, and she discovered him. But it looks, Brad, like he had been dead for some time.
Yeah, that's what we're told is the water was kind of an unnatural color. There was a smell of decomposition in the home as well. So it appears that, I don't know, maybe even up to 24 hours, and the jets were still running in the tub. It was a while.
So, look, the coroner has not determined cause of death yet. It could take months because they're doing toxicology tests. They're backed up at the coroner's office. So it could take that long. But there have been some clues leading up to Aaron's death.
Just days before, he went live on TikTok, and during that time, there was an exchange with Melanie, his fiance. It was not a friendly exchange. Aaron was clearly upset, and I would say, based on what she said to him, she was also very, very concerned.
When all I did was protect that girl, all I did. Oh, now she says, oh, I don't care anymore, blah, 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 blah. I'm not... Leave me alone, Melanie. God, dude, can't you take a hint? She just told me that you're going to die. Wow.
Seems like that was said based on her concern about something she's seen Aaron doing online, perhaps the huffing or something else, or some knowledge she had of what was going on in his life. Their relationship was tumultuous, to say the least.
Right.
On and off for...
There was also another tumultuous relationship, and that was the one between Aaron and his brother Nick. It was a difficult relationship from time to time. A lot of it had to do with Nick trying to help Aaron.
Aaron not wanting that help and feeling, like he was being, like his family members were pushing him into something he didn't want to do, which was to get help. But on Sunday night, it's just hours after the news that Aaron had died, Nick was on stage. He had a show that night with the Backstreet Boys in London, and they had a moment. He got very emotional on stage, but here was the moment where they acknowledged Aaron's passing.
Was left alone too long and without someone to take care of him or check on him. I think the time between that is how this tragedy resulted.
I got to disagree with you here. He had a live-in housekeeper, and she was there to help him. And, look, addiction and mental illness, it's not this perfect thing where somebody comes and helps you and then everything is okay. So there were a lot of people who were concerned about Aaron. Apparently they did this welfare check. So people were doing things. It's like you cannot necessarily always protect somebody from themselves when they're going through this kind of struggle. So it's not, I don't think this is a situation, at least as far as we know, of blame. There's no blame here. It's just a tragedy.
People who wanted to help him and made that very clear to him. But if someone is in a place where